Morning, all. All right, so we got 9 games tonight in the National Hockey League. 3 of them starting at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Three at 7, 3 at 8, 3 at 9 Eastern time. 4, 5, 6 Pacific. Bam. Nice and evenly spread out. So even though there'll be 9 games on at a time, it won't be for that long. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between Boston and the Tampa Bay Lightning. In the event that somebody on the ice actually gets struck by lightning during tonight's game, I owe you about $35. So I say about because taxes will bring that down. November 21st, Boston wins 5-3. November 29th, Boston wins 3-1. This is the third of 4 meetings. They'll meet again on March the 25th. Boston 38-5-4 on the season. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They're 16-4-1 away from home. They're insane numbers. On the Tampa Bay side, 30-15-1 is their record over their last 10. They're 6-4, and at home they're 18-4-1. So Tampa Bay's great at home. Boston's great on the road. This should be a fantastic matchup. Then at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific as well, the Detroit Red Wings in against the Montreal Canadiens. So Detroit trying to claw their way back into the race. They did beat Montreal October 14th by a score of 3-0. On November 8th, it was a shootout victory, 3-2 for the Montreal Canadiens. The fourth and final meeting will be on April the 4th. For Detroit, they're 20-18-8. Their last 10 games, they're 4-5-1. Away from home, they're 8-8-5. For Montreal, 20-25-3 is their record. Last 10 games, they're 5-5. At home, they're 11-13. Now, considering the history between these teams, the amount of time they've existed and all that, if there is a Field of Dreams moment with Gordie Howe and Maurice Richard on the ice tonight, I owe you $1 billion. 7 Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific start between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Washington Capitals. November the 9th, Pittsburgh wins 4-1. The third and final meeting will be on March the 25th. For Pittsburgh, they're 24-15-8. Their last 10 games, they're 5-3-2. Away from home, they're 10-10-4. They've benefited from the Islanders just dropping way off. And they've kind of solidified that last playoff spot, but they have to worry about teams like Buffalo as well. So it's not home and cooled yet for them, but they're working towards it. Washington 25-19-6. Their last 10 games have been a bit of a trial, 4-6. They're coming off that loss in Colorado, so a match against an old foe would probably be pretty good for them. At home, they're 13-8-3. So this could end up being game of the night just because every time Pittsburgh and Washington play each other, it's normally a very entertaining game. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between the Buffalo Sabres and the Winnipeg Jets. So January the 12th, Winnipeg wins this matchup in Buffalo 4-2. We'll see how it goes tonight. Buffalo's 25-19-3. Yeah, that's a pretty good record, actually. It's not bad. Last 10 games, they're 5-4-1. Believe they're on a 4-game winning streak as well. Away from home, they're 14-7-1. If they could play as well at home as they are on the road, they'd be in the playoffs. They'd be home and cold. For Winnipeg, 31-17-1 is their overall record. Last 10 games, they're 6-4. At home, they're 17-6. So overall, the numbers are pretty good for Winnipeg, but they've definitely had some issues over the last couple of weeks. It's January. This will happen to some of the contending teams. It is a shame that I've said home and cold as many times as I have, and I haven't rigged this room up like a Pee Wee Herman situation where that's the word of the day or phrase of the day and everything comes to life. I apologize. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific start between the New Jersey Devils and the Nashville Predators. On December 1st, Nashville wins 4-3 in overtime. So New Jersey looking for some measure of revenge in Nashville. New Jersey's 31-12-4. Their last 10 games, they're 8-1-1. Away from home, they're 18-2-2. So the overall numbers for New Jersey are absolutely phenomenal. On the Nashville side, they're 23-18-6. Their last 10 games, they're 6-4. At home, they're 13-7-3. So for Nashville, trying to keep themselves in the hunt in the West. For New Jersey, trying to continue to move their way up in the East. Carolina, of course, won last night, so that gives New Jersey a chance to match their pace and keep that race for first in the Metro tight. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific start between Philadelphia and Minnesota. This is the first of 2 meetings. They'll meet again on March the 23rd. For Philadelphia, they're 20-21-8. They're 5-4-1 over their last 10. Away from home, they're 10-9-6. So their record on the road is mildly better than at home, and I say mildly because they're still that 6 in the third column, but they're 1 game above 500 on the road. Minnesota 25-17-4, and they had a rough road trip, so now that they're back home, I like their chances of a bounce back. They're 4-4-2 over their last 10. At home, they're 13-8-1. So for Minnesota, they'll be looking to jump back up. Colorado passed them. Colorado will be looking to continue to stay ahead of them. Colorado at home against Anaheim. That starts at 9 Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. Now, I will say this, that in the event that there is some kind of a celestial storm that sends down aliens that invade any of these games, I owe you a lot of money. You'll have to contact me. It's a lot. The THG BetX app has been banned on all platforms. However, there's ways around it. So this is the first of 3 meetings between Anaheim and Colorado. They'll meet again March the 27th as well as April the 9th. On the Anaheim side, they're 14-29-5. Their last 10 haven't been bad. They're 4-5-1. They're playing some tough games here. Away from home, they're 6-16-4, and as rough as that record looks, it's gotten better, actually. For Colorado, they're 26-17-3. Their last 10 games are 7-3. They're on a nice winning streak here, and things are going well. At home, they're 12-8-3. And now they got Matt Nieto, so, kudos to them for that. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific start as well between the Chicago Blackhawks and the Calgary Flames on January the 8th. Chicago wins this matchup in overtime 4-3. The third and final meeting will be on April the 4th. Chicago's 14-28-4. They seem to like playing against Pacific Division opponents, though. Just thinking of Calgary and Vancouver, and Vancouver they still lose, but anyways. 6-4 is the record over their last 10, so they've played well until that game in Vancouver. Away from home, they're 5-12-2. On the Calgary side, they're 23-16-9 on the season. Their last 10, they're 5-3-2. At home, they're 14-8-2. As always, there's that side bet of, because it's a Flames game, if somebody spontaneously combusts, there's that side bet that's there, but you got to parlay it in with your unders and your overs, or else it'll be underdone, and then you can't eat it. 9 Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific start. I'm pretty sure that's how all that works. St. Louis in against Arizona. At least that's what I've told the courts. St. Louis and Arizona, of course, whenever I see them against each other, I'm like, okay, so this is going to be like 4 or 5 of them in a row, like remember a few years back? Anyways, this is their first meeting. They'll meet 2 more times. They'll meet February 11th as well as March 7th. St. Louis 23-22-3 on the season. Their last 10, they're 5-5, and they can't keep doing that. They're going to find themselves falling further and further off the pace. Away from home, they're 13-10-1. For Arizona, they're 15-28-5 on the season. The last 10 games, they're 2-8. So hasn't been fantastic for Arizona unless you want a better chance at Bedard, in which case it's been fantastic for Arizona. They're 9-8-2 at home. So their home record has definitely fallen off, but their play in general has fallen off lately. So we'll see how it goes tonight against St. Louis. Don't take them lightly. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.